Hello, Michael here. Now we will go to another part of the manifestation world, dreams. What is dreams and how can we take advantage of them when we deal with manifestation? The manifestation coach I look most up to actually don't say a lot of about dreams, but I will do it so you can learn how to do it. How to decipher your dreams, how to spot the patterns and beliefs in your dreams, how to make beliefs based on your dreams, and how to perceive dreams generally. Okay, let's get started. What is a dream? A dream is something we almost anyone experienced when they go to bed and sleep. I will not dig into the psychological and physiological approach to it, but sometimes I will mention something. When we have a dream, we have a lot of symbols in the dream. I often write a list with all the symbols on a computer. So let's get that done first. How to make a dream diary at last. I always write my dreams down on the computer, because when I write it on the computer, it have less ability to manifest again if it is a bad dream. This is why I always write the analyzing and dreams and so on a computer, because it's less likely to manifest. And I always divide my text documents with dreams for a half year. Usually I take from January to June, and from July to January, actually December. This is how I divide the year in the dreams. But this is because, yes, this is actually a half year, but there is most activity in the autumn for me, but in the winter there is a lot of activity in my dreams. And in the spring and summer, there is less activity. Okay, what does a dream consist of? A dream consists of a starting part and an active part and a out fading part. With some experience, you will start noticing when a dream or a dream segment start to fading out. Actually, you start waking up when this happens. You can see it because the dream gets kind of bit of careless. Some of the symbols disappear, some of the scenery change, and so on when the dream fade out. This is very interesting. The active part of a dream is the biggest part of the dream. That is actually the biggest part. That part is the most interesting part, because in the active part of the dream you can actually experience a lot of funny stuff that actually comes from your deepest parts of your subconscious mind. And if you are good at observing reality, you can also observing symbols in your dreams and use them to your advantage and exploit them. So okay, this was about what is a dream and what it consists of. Let's get to the next stuff. From my experience, there are two types of dreams. There is the normal dreams. The normal dreams is just a dream that just shows something random. And then there are the mystical dream. I had experienced a lot of mystical dreams. And these dreams are the most interesting because you can figure out a lot about yourself if you are able to crack the code in a mystical dream. But there is not many Neville Goddard teachers that teach people about cracking mystical dreams, so I will teach it so you can learn it. The standard dreams can also be cracked by this way, but normal random dreams is not so important as the mystical dreams. But still, the random dreams still can be somewhat important. So, when you experience a mystical dream, you will have a lot of symbols in the dream. For me, it was I have a main passion for flat cable spreaders. This means the universe communicate with you through your main passions. Your main passions is what you will see in your dream, nothing more or less. Sometimes a main passion can be clogged by bad beliefs, and you can see anything else that you don't relate in your dreams. Sometimes when I dream about winning a casino, winning the slot machine jackpot, some of these dreams actually imply that I will find a flat cable spreader. So a big slot machine win can actually symbolize a big win in the real world, and it is not necessarily money you win. A flat cable spreader, you are a specific person, you name it what it can symbolize. Casino wins and slot machine wins and lottery wins in a dream is actually just some of your main passions manifesting for you. What about things related to your imaginary scenes when you manifest? That was a good question. If you dream something about your specific person or your desire, yes, it's very, very likely to happen. Because what's in your subconscious mind will also be in the reality. Especially if you remember the dream and the dream have some sort of segments and these segments are aligned perfectly, then yes, you can actually expect it to happen. But if your dream is fuzzy, then don't expect anything to happen. What about illegal stuff in dreams? Bank robbery, violating the speed limits, red light driving, beating someone up, etc. etc. What about these things in dreams? Why is normal people that usually are not criminals actually dream about that? This is because, especially when you start manifesting, or if you accidentally start changing your beliefs, this is a very common thing. The society have some rules and ways it expect people to act. If you change your beliefs, or if you accidentally change your beliefs in another direction than the most of the society expect you to go in, this is where dreams about illegal stuff can appear. Maybe it is drug dealing, maybe it is robbing a bank, or in my cases, beating someone up is a very common dream I had seen. This is because you do something with your manifestation power that actually violates the way the society expects you to do. So, if you violate the society's expectations when you manifest, you will most likely dream about illegal stuff somehow and sometimes. So, illegal stuff is actually not a warning about you will do this in the real world, but it is I will say a big go market. Actually, it is a continue sign on your path when you start changing your beliefs. This is about illegal stuff in dreams. A lot of teachers will deny that because they don't like the truth, but I think the truth is very important. So here it is. What about fear in dreams? Some of my mystical dreams, actually in 2019 they came in clusters with 3 mystical dreams each weekend in January 2019. In this case, I had a dream about walking on a high, on the edge of a valley, and there was a lot of fear about falling down and so on in that dream. This dream was mystical because in this year, the stuff from that dream actually happened. And it happened twice actually. And the last time it happened, it was very, very clear. So this was actually very interesting to watch out and watch how the dream actually manifested in the real world. But normally when we dream, there is a lot of books that tells something about certain symbols, but you need to know your main passions. If you have a main passion for snakes or hoses or cables or something like that, dreaming about gaboon vipers, anacondas, reticulated pythons and so on will not follow the general assumptions and expectations about the dream symbols snakes because you have a passion for cables. This is very interesting when you dream about that, because if this means you need to know your main passions a lot when you deal with dreams. Spillways and sluice gates in the dreams also is expected to mean something, but if you have a main passion for sluices and spillway gates and spillways, you cannot use any books about dream symbols anymore, because then you have a main passion for spillways, and this will be a main passion manifestation in your dreams. In that case, I will say take yourself and get to China's Siu Lang Di Dam if you have that main passion. So this is very, very important to know your main passions when you deal with dreams, and this is another thing the manifestation coaches usually don't talk about. It's you and only you that knows your reality, so knowing your dreams and main passions is actually important. What about how do I actually try to decipher my dreams? I write them down on the computer. Then below that, in the text document, I actually in the same text document try to simply guess what it means. Guessing is one of the best things when you don't know it. But you can also ask the universe about it if you have some doubt about it. But guessing is one of the most powerful ways to know dreams and decipher them. If I see a lime green hoodie, a lime green student hoodie in my dreams, well, I try to decipher what does that mean. The first guess I come up with was very bad, and they have no chance in the world. Then I thought, well, that could be an immersion suit, because this is a main passion. Immersion suits, yes, it could, and it also manifested in that way. But later on I figured out Perhaps it is a flat cable spreader. So instead of immersion suits, it actually is a flat cable spreader that appears because the copper pipes is usually green on the old flat cable spreaders, and this could actually somehow resemble a lime green student hoodie somehow. And I will be more likely to use a flat cable spreader than a student hoodie, especially in a town with a lot of young people. So this is very important to know. This also means some of my old dream patterns from 2019 actually need to be rewritten because I now know what it means. And but this was my 10th guess on this dream, on these groups of dreams, actually about green hoodies and flat cable spreaders. That was my 10th guess, but it is a very, very important knowledge because then I know how the reality works in my case. About dreams. Yeah. When you expect something to happen, when you expect something to happen because you had manifested it and you start dreaming about it, or if you start dreaming something else that is related, you need to watch out because a lot of manifestation actually sneak into your life without you realizing it. But it is very, very important to find and trace down manifestations in order to improve your game. So if you see something when you say, is that a manifestation? Actually, I trained my subconscious mind to say, this is a manifestation. This is a manifestation when I see it. So, but I'm not sure if you will learn it in the first many days. It actually takes practice to learn to observe your reality like that. But the benefits of observing reality and if necessary find patterns, make beliefs based on your patterns and reverse patterns and so on is very, very beneficial because the benefits can be very great because you don't need any manifestation codes anymore. You simply can do it by yourself and you will be a master in your life. And you can never ever in this life or your next many lives experience bad stuff again because you had learned this skill. Actually, there are some certain beliefs you can write if you are very old, like you always figure out manifestation in your early years. You are always the best one at taking responsibility for your beliefs and main passions in your early year and so on. This was actually a kind like that I did in 2023. So, okay, this was about dreams. So remember, dreams consist of 3 stages. The starting initial state, the big part of the dream, the active part of the dream, and the fading out. Dreams start fading out and get a little bit fuzzy and strange. Next thing, always remember, your dreams can be very symbolic, and you need to know your main passions in order to decipher dream symbols. Next step, always write dreams down on dream journal down in your computer so it don't manifest again if you had a bad dream. And for that I also say, if you have a bad dream, always write it down. Maybe you'll figure something out later on about it. Next again, always guess on your dreams. Even if it sounds ridiculous, the guess you come with and the theory you come up with, do it. Write them down because somehow they make sense, and later on you will figure out, it was actually not so wrong anymore, so wrong, and maybe I was far from the target, and maybe I was spot on. Um, Always know your main passions when we talk about dream. If you know your main passions, you can always decipher your dreams. Um, so main passion is a good thing to know. Um, and don't listen to what anyone say to you about dream. Don't tell anyone about your dreams. Only tell people that use manifestation about your dreams, or people you trust, really trust. I didn't trust my parents, so some of my close friends was actually the one that knew more about my dreams and secrets than my parents. So this is very scary to think about. Um, when you decipher your dreams, always take advantage of it and see, can I use it to make beliefs? Is there a pattern I can change in order to make my life better? And so on. So this is how to do it. And yes, always know, if you dream about illegal stuff, this doesn't necessarily mean you do illegal stuff in the physical way. But when you dream about illegal stuff, this is because you start acting different than the society expects you to act. And this is a very good sign, because then you are on the right track. And then you can learn how to manifest even faster and easier. I hope this dream simple video makes good sense. Of course, there is a lot more to mystical dreams. Now let's talk about the more interesting stuff, mystical stuff, bilocation. I had one case of bilocations where I was seen down in Athens running on a running exercise. People's was very certain about it was me. They certainly knew it was me, and it was certainly also me that was out for running. Except one little condition, and this was, I had not done running exercise since 2016, where my knees broke down. So I'm not able to run anymore. So how can I be in the city or in the town, downtown, and running exercise when I is home? Well, this is bilocation. Actually, this is bilocation. So and it blew my mind when people start talking about that. Of course, I say this is not my. Sometimes I say, yeah, I was out running, but of course I lied to them. I knew it was a bilocation, and I knew it was so mystical, that one. It was in 2022, and I actually think I had a lot of manifestation activity in 2022. So it is not unlikely to experience bilocations, because mystical experience is a byproduct of your imaginal acts. Sometimes when I imagine very much, I have a lot of mystical experience. And if you are afraid for hallucinating, you can actually know a mystical experience from a hallucination, because a hallucination actually have somehow a falseness in it. It have a falseness in it that the mystical experience don't have. This is how you know that. And don't ask me how I know that, but I know it. If you have a mystical experience, it can be a little bit frightening and scary, but in the most cases it should be easy to decipher what it is. The lower the manifestation community actually base a lot of around the Bible and scripture. But if you know your main passions, you will actually be your own scripture because you know yourself much better, and from that you know what is working, what is not working. So always learn your main passions and always learn control beliefs. This will be a very great assist when you when it is harsh in the world, in the 3D world. Main passions and control beliefs will help very much. Actually, I think I had somehow control beliefs in 2020 to 2022, because when the pandemic actually happened, I did not get infected. I was very lucky, and I always kept being healthy. But when all the restriction was over, all the restrictions and quarantine and so on and isolation, then I got infected by COVID, and then I got very sick, and then I got on my feet again and back in business in no time. But it was after the restrictions was lifted, and this is because of my beliefs about control. They was not in so bad shape, because I had changed beliefs about control in 2015 without knowing it. So I could not get infected and isolated before the restrictions was lifted. After the restrictions was lifted, I got infected, but I'm here and I'm good at still good. So now you know what control beliefs can do. And while the country was in lockdown, I could restore potheads, I could restore valves and so on. And this restoration project actually carried me through the pandemic without any problems. It was simply just a nice time restoring valves and potheads, while the other peoples could not have parties and celebrations together. I could do what I liked most, and it actually made me take some very big decisions in my life, like learning manifestation, like learning all the stuff. So have a nice day.